In the aftermath of Civil War, a small band of Imperial fists find themselves charged with defending the remains of a once thriving Imperial metropolis. As they struggle to rebuild, the Necron menace moves in to take advantage of their instability. Will the Space Marines succeed in holding their position, or will the forces of the Tomb World bring death to all who oppose them? Welcome to Mountainside Tabletop.
Sup y'all, I'm Brad, and I'll be playing the Space Marine Kill Team today. My Imperial Fist-themed Space Marine Kill Team is made up of 1 Assault Intercessor Fire Team, which includes 4 Assault Intercessor Warriors, and 1 Assault Intercessor Sergeant. All 5 operatives are wielding a chainsword and a heavy bolt pistol. With 3 APL, 3 up saves, and at least 13 wounds each, they are pretty scary operatives, especially when fighting. Their pistols only have a limited range of 6 inches though, which really kinda sucks, and there are only 5 of them, so they need to pick their battles very carefully. 2 of the warriors have been equipped with 1 frag grenade and 1 crack grenade each, just to give them a little more flexibility when shooting. Let's see if I remember to use them.
Foreshadowing. I'm Vic, and I'll be on the Necron side today. For my Tomb World kill team, I'll be fielding a warrior and an immortal fire team. The warriors are all carrying Gauss flares, and the immortals are an even split of Gauss blasters and Tesla carbines. My leader is one of the immortals carrying a Gauss blaster. All of these units are extremely slow, and with 2 APL that could prove to be a liability. I'm hoping that between the relatively high wounds, living metal regeneration, and decent ranged attacks, I'll have a chance to whittle away Brad's Marines in what will definitely be a bloody battle. Essentially, I'm hoping that the unstoppable force proves way too much for the immovable object to handle. As for equipment, I'm giving my leader Sempiternal Weave, giving him a 2-up save throughout the entire battle, and I'm also giving Starfire Core to the 2 Gauss Blaster wielding immortals. This battle will use the Seize Ground mission from the Critical Ops mission pack. The kill zone contains 6 objective markers with both deployment zones along the long side of the kill zone. At the end of every turning point, each objective marker that operatives control is automatically secured by their kill team. While an objective marker is secured by one kill team, it'll stay under their control until it's secured by enemy operatives, even if no friendly operatives are within 2 inches of it. Most of the terrain in the kill zone is considered heavy. Few exceptions of smaller ruins which are considered light. The tops of the shipping containers, as well as the second level of the large ruin near Objective 6, are all considered vantage points. We set up our barricades, then continued on into the scouting phase. I chose to give one of my operatives an extra dash, while Brad chose to allow one of his to change their order during the first turning point. That gives the Space Marines initiative for turning point number 1.
At the end of each turning point, 1 victory point is awarded to each kill team that controls 2 or more objectives, controls more objectives than their opponent, controls 1 objective in their opponent's half, and an extra point is awarded if they control 2 or more objectives in their opponent's half. My general battle plan here is to sit back and play a little more defensively. I'm positioning my forces centrally around objective markers 6 and 4, as well as the center of the board and the shipping container between objectives 6 and 4. I think I can earn some points this way from the main objectives, but I think most of my victory points will come from TAC Ops.
Since Brad has the initiative, I decided to lay my forces out in a way that would allow me to kind of react to what he was doing. So I made 3 smaller groups and put them near the 3 nearest objectives.
Let's get to it! So at the beginning of the turning point, we each gain 1 command point, bringing our totals up to 3 each. As for TAC Ops, I'm revealing Seize Ground and Center Control. Seize Ground rewards victory points for having operatives near a piece of heavy terrain at the end of the battle. I've chosen the shipping container between objectives 4 and 6 for this. Center Control, on the other hand, rewards VP for holding the center of the battlefield.
I'm only revealing Challenge. I'm nominating this immortal, carrying a Tesla carbine, and tasking them with killing this blood-spattered, sword-wielding Marine that we've lovingly named Dexter.
I'm up first. I move and dash Dexter into the center, tentatively taking objective number 4.
I sensed that Brad might have overlooked this shooting corridor diagonally across the map, and knew that I likely wouldn't have another chance to use it for a while. So I moved my immortal up and took a shot at his sergeant.
Oh no! Vic rolls 1 hit and 2 crits, and I only save the 1 normal hit.
That brings the sergeant down to 4 wounds.
This is absolutely terrible. None of my operatives should be getting shot on the first turn, and having my sergeant wounded this badly so early in the game is devastating. Obviously, my only real course of action here is to get the hell out of there. With my 6-inch range, I can't shoot, so I just scale the wall and get my sergeant to safety.
One more opportunity to shoot the last guy left standing in that group. My warrior rolls 3 hits, and they're all saved. It's fun while it lasted.
And my last Marine's gonna clear out of this area, joining Dexter near objective 4.
Hello, Dexter Morgan.
All I really need to do now for the rest of the turning point is get some good positions and stay out of range from Overwatch. My last warrior from this group moves up to reinforce objective 1.
Alright, so I'm gonna start moving this other group up, but another friggin' terrible blunder. I notice right away this positioning of the barricade is absolutely abysmal, makes no sense. If I had moved it up closer to objective 5, I could have safely advanced much further, but as it is, to stay concealed, I basically can't move at all. Pretty bad and a waste of a turn. Brutal.
Sucks to suck.
Yep.
So the immortal charged with killing Dexter moves to take a vantage point on top of the first of the shipping containers.
Alright, my back Marine finishes advancing. Another waste, basically.
I have a bunch of units left to move, and as long as I stay more than 6 inches away from Brad's Marines, I'm free to do it. I move the last 5 Necrons up to secure some objectives and get ready for turning point 2.
So, to recap this first turning point, most of the action was in the first couple of activations, with the Necrons doing some damage to my sergeant. Well, actually, a lot of damage to my sergeant. The rest of it was spent maneuvering both teams into a more favorable position. I'm starting off the game in a pretty terrible spot, having made 2 major blunders before the first turning point even began. I also didn't use my scouting ability to change any orders. Yikes! At least I earn 1 VP for center control, but Vic gets 2 for controlling objectives 1, 3, and 5. It's not looking good.
At the beginning of turning point 2, we both gain a CP, bringing our total to 4 each. We roll for initiative, and the good guys win.
Excuse me? Alright, so at this point, Vic selects the implacable marked strategic ploy, which adds a bit more movement to any units with the engaged order. I don't play any strategic ploys, and neither of us reveal any more tac ops.
Okay, I climb up to the top of the tower and fire at Dexter. I use a command reroll and still only 2 hits go through, and both are saved. Damn.
Next up, Dexter fires his bolt pistol at his would-be assassin. I roll 2 crits and a hit, triggering the heavy bolt pistol's piercing 1 ability and removing a defense dice. He saves 2, so just the crit goes through for 4 wounds, bringing him down to 6. Now with my remaining AP, I charge and fight Vic's leader by objective 3. We both roll pretty well, and after resolving the combat, Dexter is down to 7 wounds. Vic's leader, however, has been slain.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Of course, I play the reanimation protocol tactical ploy. If you don't love that, you don't love Necrons. I then move up from objective 1 to target one of the Marines and fire. 1 hit, saved, of course.
Power armor, baby! Alright, that Marine dashes and shoots the Immortal on the vantage point. 1 crit and 2 hits, activating piercing 1 yet again. 2 saves, which brings him down to a paltry 2 wounds. Really wish I killed him. I use my remaining AP to move towards objective 6 in hopes of capturing it at the end of the turning point.
Damn. Any momentum I had from my early attack is very much gone, and these 3 APL Marines are running all over me right now. At this point, I think my best bet is to fall back from Dexter to free him up as a target later on.
I move and dash up to objective number 5 and fire at the exposed warrior. Once again, I roll 2 crits and a hit with piercing 1. Both saves failed, and that warrior is dead.
Not worth spending any more CP on reanimation protocol for that pleb. But this is my chance. I move the Immortal into position using the extra movement I've got from Implacable March and fire at Dexter. Isn't he still dead? He has 7 left, right? Even with that big money defense roll, 8 wounds go through and Dexter is dead. At this point, I reveal the Marksman tack-op. If I get another kill with this guy, that's a VP.
Damn. My injured sergeant moves and tries to finish off the Immortal on the vantage point. Because I'm injured, I'm hitting on 4s. I use a command point to re-roll one of my failed hits and failed again. Vic saved it. So while editing this and doing the slow motion video review, it looks like the reroll die was actually a success. It knocked the original hit and made it look like a miss. This could have had some pretty drastic consequences, but this sort of thing can just be written off in the name of a good-natured game between friends, right? Top tip, clear your dice tray before you rerolls.
In blissful ignorance, the game resumes and my warrior shoots the Marine. After a great roll, only 1 hit goes through, bringing that Marine down to 10 wounds. I then use my remaining action to move back for some protection.
What, you scared or something?
Extremely.
Alright, I'm gonna move my last Marine back and take cover and pass the rest of my activation.
I move the Immortal and shoot the Marine with my Tesla carbine. With that crit, I use the tactical ploy Living Lightning. Unfortunately, the Marines are save machines and save everything except for the 2 mortal wounds each.
Get wrecked. Alright, I finally get a chance to Overwatch and use it to attack this same Immortal with my Sergeant. Between penalties from being injured and Overwatch, I need 5s to hit. And I miss them all.
With my last activation, I move and dash to capture objective number 2.
So to recap, in this rather bloody turning point, it took Vic 3 units to bring down Dexter. Fortunately for me, the one that killed him was not the one that would have scored Vic an extra victory point. So, we both gain 2 victory points for objectives, and I get an extra one for center control. This brings us both up to 4 so far. Things are looking a little bit more optimistic for the Space Marines.
Just a quick reminder, if you like what you see so far, please hit the subscribe and notification button. We've got a lot more of these planned and can't wait to bring more of them to you. Close game so far. First things first, I get to roll for my leader's reanimation, and I fail.
Scrub!
Looks like this ironically named Immortal will stay dead at least a little while longer. Now, everybody's favorite Necron rule, Living Metal. All my units regain 2 wounds. Unfortunately, except for this one seemingly impossible to kill Immortal, all of my other units who were wounded ended up dying before having a chance to heal.
We both get 1 CP, bringing my total to 4 and Vic's to 1. We roll for initiative, which would be really nice for me to have, but nope. Necrons get it again. If my Space Marines had gone first, I could have shot with my Sergeant, potentially killing the Immortal on the vantage point, and then retreated, helping me score points with my as-of-yet unrevealed TAC-op damage limitation. It also would have helped me secure my shipping container for seized ground. Next up, in the strategic phase, Vic uses his last CP for Implacable March, and I use 1 for Bolter Discipline, which lets me shoot twice if a unit doesn't fight. I then go on to reveal Damage Limitation, which lets me score points if I complete a turning point without having a friendly operative become incapacitated. You can see why having initiative here would have really helped me out.
Now that all the excuses are out of the way, with my first activation, I'm going to use my now favorite unit and try and finish off this Sergeant. I roll 2 crits and a hit and finally bring down the boss. At this point, I reveal the Headhunter TAC-op and score 1 victory point, bringing my total to 5.
Alright, not looking good. Thinking that my best chance is to play super defensively here, I'm going to use this activation to move and dash in order to reinforce objective number 6.
My warrior now shoots at one of the Marines near number 6. My dismal roll was saved by an even worse one from Brad. 1 crit goes through, brings him down to 7 wounds.
In the midst of filming this, at this point, I probably spent a good 15 minutes considering my next move. I really wasn't sure what to do here. Things were looking grim. Maybe not the best play, but ultimately I decided to get a bit more aggressive and peek out to shoot the nearest Immortal. With Bolter Discipline active, I get to attack twice with my pistol. On the first attack, I don't roll very well and use a command point to reroll. Obviously, I didn't learn my lesson about dice tray etiquette from earlier. One hit goes through for 3 wounds. With my second attack, I roll 2 hits, and both get saved. Yikes.
Well, the trap has been sprung, and my marksman has finally got an opportunity. I bring him into sight and fire at the now exposed Marine. Excellent roll with AP1.
It looks like I completely overlooked this immortal in the back. Another huge blunder. This is bad.
Brad manages to save 2, but it's not enough. The Marine goes down and my marksman gets me another VP, bringing me up to 6.
I'm in a really bad spot here. I'm running out of units to hold objectives with, and because of my poor barricade placement, it's very awkward for my grenade-wielding Marines near objectives 5 and 6 to get into position. I move and dash into the ruins near objective 5 and wait.
I use the nearest immortal to move and shoot the exposed Marine at objective 6. 3 hits, 3 saves. Use the rest of my activation just to move and position my remaining 3 units.
Pretty gruesome recap. At the end of this turning point, I gain no VP. Victor gains 6, bringing the score to a pretty demoralizing 10-4. Doing some quick math, I don't think I can win from here. So, I guess I'll have to take the opportunity to concede. My remaining Space Marines are unable to defend their forward position and will have to retreat further into the ruins of the city. If you've made it this far into the video, thanks for sticking around. We've got more battle reports on the way, so consider subscribing if you'd like to see more in the future. Make sure to flame me for my terrible gameplay in the comments, and see you soon!